welcome to the version 1 Microsoft product licensing terms update for July 2025. Hey Niamh, hey William, how are you today?
Good, thank
Good,
you.
thanks, Karen.
Great stuff. So July's short and sweet month in terms of the updates this month. So I'll kick things off with the universal services term. So this July, there was a slight update to the product terms for AI services. So effectively, while the core guidelines on responsible AI use remain unchanged, there's two additions that clarify customer responsibility. So in this month's terms, we see how Microsoft emphasized that customers are fully accountable for applications or agents built using AI templates or code samples, including ensuring things like legal and regulatory compliance are in place. Additionally, Microsoft specifies that third-party templates provided through its platform are considered non-Microsoft products and are governed by separate terms. So that's all from the universal services terms this month. William, I know you looked at the Dynamics updates. Do you want to quickly run through what was of interest on that one?
Yeah, very briefly. So there was an updated language for external users to align with the glossary definition, which states that external users of Dynamics 365 services do not need a subscriber license to access the online service. However, this exemption does not apply to external users using Dynamics 365 client software with Dynamics 365 services other than services or components included in supply chain management, and that's premium version, the finance edition, and that's the premium version as well, commerce, human resources, or project operations. So I think there's a bit of a double negative in there, because essentially that means that you do need a Dynamics 365 license unless you're using parts or component parts of those individual products.
Thanks, William. Short and sweet update this month on Dynamics. Lastly, Niamh, over to you on all things Power Platform.
Yeah, and you're going to get a short and sweet kind of explanation as well of the entry for the Power Platform, where they've added a new clause for Microsoft Copilot Studio when used with grounding and Bing search and grounding and Bing custom search. So I'd never heard of grounding with Bing search before, and basically all it is that, you know, if you're using grounding with Bing search, you're incorporating real-time kind of public data when generating kind of web responses to queries. It uses Azure AI agents to incorporate real-time public web data. So if you're asking, you know, what's the top news today, you know, the Azure AI agents will go off and just check kind of what the most, you know, up-to-date kind of real-time info is on that. So essentially the clause is that when you can optionally use Copilot Studio, it will use it's governed by the terms of use for grounding with Bing and Bing custom search and the privacy statement. Interesting enough, the data protection addendum does not apply to the use of grounding with Bing search or grounding with Bing custom search. So that's pretty much it. And probably one other thing, following on from, I think it was last month's update that we did, that Microsoft did publish the SharePoint server license guidance brief in the end, and that's available to see. And essentially, it's kind of going into the different types of CALs that you need. Interesting enough, the one thing that I would say is that it didn't speak about or didn't reference the dependencies for SharePoint. You know, classically we would always say, oh, make sure that, you know, you're including SQL Server as a license dependency and Windows Server and so on. And so that would be the only thing that I would say, you know, that it was kind of missing. But yeah, so that's pretty much it from me, Kyle.
Brilliant. Good. It's an interesting observation. So that wraps things up for this month's product terms update. As always, if you have any licensing questions, feel free to reach out to the software asset management team here at version 1. Until next time, thanks everybody.
Thank you.